Coming up on WSRH Extra, we have a Holocaust survivor, the founder of Key Club, and some of the Seminole Ridge athletes visiting a local elementary school. Welcome, Hawks, to WSRH Extra. I'm Christina Costanza.
And I'm Ethan Davis.
Tonight is senior night and the last chance for some of our players to be playing on their home turf. Reporter Miles Horst has more on the story.
After 4 years of hard work and dedication, tonight may be the last night the seniors on Seminole Ridge's varsity team will be playing at their home field.
We have 28 seniors that will all be graduating and doing the senior night festivities.
In addition to the game, afterwards the seniors will be running the traditional lap around our field.
It was a tradition started here by Coach Dickman, and actually it was something that we did when I played for Coach Dickman at Jupiter High School. And it's a memorable moment. It's a emotional moment for the seniors, that they take their last lap around the field.
As well as the lap, the boys will be receiving a special treat before the game.
Maybe the boys do or do not know, but I guess it'll be out now. A father on the team donated steaks for all the players for Friday night as a special senior night going away last home game meal for the boys, so they'll be eating really well for the game.
Come out and support your fellow Hawks for senior night tonight at 7. For WSRH Extra, I'm Natalie Berdicia.
Last week, some of the varsity athletes went to Acreage Pines and decided to give back by reading to some kids. Let's go to Connor Nugent for more on the story.
Seminole Ridge High School football and cheerleading left the nest last Friday to go on raid to elementary schoolers at Acreage Pines Elementary.
A nade. When the horse reared up and neighed, the sheep. Squirrel, the robin flew into the tree.
After being read to, some of the children even got to share their favorite books.
Pop. A rabbit. Lego. Princess. The flying bird.
The football team also wants to spread reading to other elementary schools around the area.
I'd like to try and get the other elementary schools out here involved also, because I think it would be a great idea to have that.
Acreage Pines Elementary School Principal Amy Dujon also wants to make this more than a one-time thing.
Love to do it multiple times throughout the school year because the little ones really do look up to the high school students and they look at you like rock stars and you are what they aspire to be. So it's good for them to see good readers, it's good for them to see student athletes and what they want to be when they grow up.
After reading, some of our students felt that wasn't enough, so they went and interacted with other students.
I just like to make an impact on the children. I like to show them that we're not above them and we would like to give back to the community as a team.
As Seminole Ridge football and cheerleading hopes to make this a tradition here at Acreage Pines Elementary, for WSRH Extra, I'm Connor Nugent.
Last Friday, we also had a Holocaust survivor come to Seminole Ridge. Reporter Jalissa Valiente has more on the story and how it turned out.
Everyone learns about the Holocaust and World War II in history class, but not everyone's lucky enough to meet a survivor. Today, we have Norman Frojman joining us at Seminole Ridge to tell us his story and what he went through.
September 1 of 1939. And this was the day when Germany attacked the country of Poland. It was unannounced, surprise attack. All of a sudden, one morning, we see there are airplanes flying throughout the city, throwing bombs. Completely we were unprepared for it. For instance, I am of the Jewish faith. They have a Jewish star.
Mr. Saban has been hosting these events for a few years now, and he has come to know the survivors quite well.
They're great people, and it's important, I think, to connect with them before they come and speak to students because every survivor is different, has a different story. So I sort of got to know them before I would kind of ask them to come and speak.
The students were touched by his story and inspired by his new outlook on life.
I liked when he was talking about his reunion with his father and how much he appreciated being able to talk to his father.
Not only are the students inspired by Mr. Frojman, but he is also inspired by us.
Invigorating, wonderful, because they listen, and as I mentioned to you, that it's a beautiful element of young people. I enjoy them very much. They're more understanding than some other generations, and I know that they have goodness of the world in their hearts.
Many students and teachers came out to listen to his stories of hardship.
Spread of disease called typhus, which is very life-threatening. You saw things in the Warsaw Ghetto, people standing on corners, begging for a handout, a few cents, or a slice of bread, which was not available. Starvation set in immediately. But you can picture their faces, yellow of pallor, swollen bellies, completely swollen up from starvation. There were some mothers craving infant children.
Norman's story touched everyone's heart, and he said goodbye to us with a few words of wisdom.
I want to leave you with a thought of being who you are and doing what you do. In my eyes, you're just a wonderful, wonderful generation. And may God give you strength to carry on with this.
We are so thankful to hear Norman Frojman's story. For WSRH News, I'm Jalissa Valiente.
One of the fastest growing clubs on campus is Key Club. WSRH Extra reporter CJ Gammon talks to the founder of Key Club to see why she's so passionate about it.
The Key Club is an organization founded by Monique Costner that focuses on helping the community and making Palm Beach County a better place.
Yes, Key Club is an international organization that helps students find community service activities, and hopefully they'll find an activity through Key Club that they really enjoy and can do a lot of community service with. It also builds character, leadership. It's a completely student-led organization. I let the students prepare the agenda, I let them run the meetings, so it's completely driven by them and by the students that are in the club.
And who's the founder of Key Club?
Well, a couple years ago, I met with Monique Costner, and she asked me to sponsor Key Club at Seminole Ridge, and she researched and found out what needed to be done, and actually contacted a Kiwanis organization that donated $600 to bring Key Club to Seminole Ridge.
We caught up with the founder of Key Club to see what the club was all about. And what's Key Club's goals?
The goal of Key Club is to improve our school, our community, and our world.
And what made you want to start Key Club?
I really wanted to have a club on campus that would allow anyone in our school to join, and there's so many opportunities with Key Club, and there's so many ways that you can, there's so many things that you can do with the club, so I really wanted to start it.
For WSRH Extra, I'm CJ.
One of the teachers here on campus has started a Hawks Wings program. Let's go to WSRH Extra reporter Levi Ruiz for more on the story.
Students are getting excited over these new medallions. How do they work and what do they do?
Medallion program, how it works is basically a teacher will nominate a student for doing something nice. It could be anything from helping clean up after class, or picking up somebody's books, or just standing up to bullying. It could be anything. After a teacher nominates you, you'll get a coin delivered to your class, and you give your coin to Mr. Hay, and he'll put your name in a raffle, and you'll win prizes. Originally the prizes were announced during lunch, but I didn't think that was a good idea. It didn't work out too well, so they're probably just going to be announced over the announcements now.
Mr. Tren developed this idea to help students be better citizens around the campus.
The whole purpose is basically to create incentive for students to do good things, right? I mean, a lot of students are good, but we'd like to really be awesome students, better students at our school. So we're basically turning extrinsic motivation to intrinsic. You get rewards for doing something good, and then eventually you'll do good just because it feels good, you know?
With the medallion program, hopefully, good deeds around the school will create a better atmosphere for Seminole Ridge. I'm Levi Ruiz for WSRH Extra.
With different opinions all over the school, we took a survey to see what's hot and what's not. Here's Cade Erickson with the results.
I'm Cade for hot or not. Tattoos, hot or not?
Hot.
Hot. Not.
Hot. Not. Hot.
Facial hair, hot or not?
Not. I guess it depends. Not.
Hot.
Not. Hot. Not.
Xbox One or PS4?
Oh, PS4.
Xbox One.
PS4.
The Walking Dead or Breaking Bad?
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead. Walking Dead.
Neither.
The Walking Dead. Breaking Bad.
And I'm Cade for WSRH Extra.
Now let's go to the sports anchor, Courtney Doherty, to see what's going on with sports.
Hello Hawks, I'm Courtney with Extra Sports. Today's top story comes from last Friday night when the varsity football team hit the road and earned a spot in districts against Jupiter High School. Let's go to Connor Nugent with the story.
The Hawks' three-headed monster performed well last Friday night. E.J. Elliott rushed for 109 yards and a touchdown. Kareth White, 1 receiving and 1 rushing. Darrell Hickman chipped in with 38 yards on 9 carries and 2 touchdowns. Quarterback Zach DeCosta completed 6 of 9 passes for 100 yards. Pernell Rattray Jr. led the Hawks with 4 catches for 66 yards.
He's our big back, but you know, some games Kareth will have a great game. He'll carry the ball 10, 11, 14 times a game. DJ will have some, you know, probably about the same amount. So when those guys are doing that, they're pretty deadly. I mean, they're good for ripping off a good 20 to 40 yard run.
Outstanding special teams play helped Seminole Ridge to a 21-0 halftime lead. The Hawks blocked 2 Jonathan Jerez punts in the first quarter and recovered an onside kick in the second quarter. Seminole Ridge also tackled Jerez on his own goal line in the fourth quarter to set up another score.
You know, I would love to sit here and say, yes, they played great, but, you know, we had the 1 turnover on the kickoff return. We should have fair catched it, and we didn't, or fair caught it. So we made a mistake there, and but we'll get that corrected, and I think we're going to be okay.
Coming out of half, Jupiter made the game close in the third quarter to make it a 21-14 game.
Told the guys that it's time to finish them off, and we did just that. We took charge, and I was very proud of the boys for doing that.
E.J. Elliott put the game out of reach when he scored in the fourth quarter to make it a 28-14 game.
I'm not a star player. I'm not. I don't take credit for all this. I want the whole team to take credit for it because everybody put work in. So I'm just proud of all these boys coming out here showing heart.
With this 41-21 victory, tonight the Hawks play Royal Palm Beach at home at 7:30 for senior night. Come out and support your Hawks. For WSRH Extra, I'm Connor Nugent.
Seminole Ridge has a new head soccer coach for the varsity boys team. Let's go to Giovanni Ponce Leon for the details.
For the past 8 years, Mr. Earl Wright has been the varsity coach for Seminole Ridge. But this year, he chose to step down from his position as head coach and left it for his assistant coach, Tim Skinner.
I stepped down because I want to spend more time with my family. One of my daughters plays travel soccer. The other one was supposed to play in high school, and my youngest son, who's 4, is playing soccer for the first time, and I want to be there and coach him. So really, it's just spend more time with my family. I know Coach Skinner is ready. He's been with me since we opened the school 9 years ago. So he's been an assistant coach for a long time, and I know he'll be ready to be the head coach.
We got captain on the soccer team, Bronson Harris. Tell us how he feels about Mr. Wright stepping down.
Yeah, Coach Wright stepping down this year is kind of unfortunate, but didn't have the time for it, which is understandable. Coach Skinner, which was our assistant coach last year, stepped up as head coach and looks really promising this year. We have chemistry. Going to be a good year.
Coach Skinner's first game as head coach was on Tuesday, November 6th.
Okay, well, it's been interesting to take over this position. I'm looking forward to having good camaraderie and team spirit with the boys, and hopefully a good season, and we'll go from here and see what happens.
Even though they lost, it was a very close game between both teams, and hopefully the only loss of their season. From WSRH Extra, I'm Giovanni Ponceon.
Tonight, the boys and girls varsity soccer team has a game against Boca Raton. And also tonight, there's a varsity senior night for the boys football team and the cheerleaders. Come out and support your Hawks. That's it for Extra Sports. I'm Courtney. Well, that's the end for this week's WSRH Extra. I'm Christina Costanza.
And I'm Ethan Davis. Now we leave you with Edit to the Beat by Bailey Machado and Caitlin Bolander.
I paid for. Hell yeah, dirty bass, ghetto girl, you drive me crazy. Hell yeah.